My husband and I set up the business 18 years ago. It went from strength to strength quite quickly. And it did give us the life that we wanted. You know, we got a lovely home, driving a nice car, and really that's all we ever wanted. But then suddenly you feel trapped. There is no other way. You've got to continue with it. You know, you do. Now you've got a mortgage and a lifestyle that you want to continue. I think it was only a couple of years ago, really, where everything just got on top of me. Being a mother of 3 children, I felt very guilty when I was at work. I felt very guilty that I should have been at home. But then when I was at home, I also felt guilty that I should be at work. It all got to me in the summer holidays. We were down on the beach one day, taking a day off, and you know, the phone doesn't stop ringing really. And the children are wanting my attention, wanting me to see this and that, and I'm not giving it to them. The children were saying to me, "What's the point in you taking a day off, Mum? You're constantly on the phone." It's quite hurtful, but it's so true. They're children. All they want is my attention. You know, if I can't even stand in a queue to buy an ice cream with them without being on the phone, it doesn't really make you a great mother, and it does make you feel pretty rotten. When I went into work, you know, I didn't even get time to take the coat off. Staff are always there right in front of you. I used to get very jealous of staff having a day off sick. I was jamming a full-time and a part-time job into 3 days, which meant I had to do ridiculous hours. You don't realise you're doing stuff for free, but then when you actually start thinking about it, we changed light bulbs. Yeah, we changed light bulbs for free. You know, hanging curtains. I used to go to the dump every day. I'm quite black and white, and I think it just got to the point where it wasn't, you know, all the colours have merged really. Changes had to be made. What they were going to be at that point, we really didn't know. We were looking for an answer. And it was around the same time that I had been on a one-day course with Sally. So I'd met with Sally, and I'd signed up for boot camp. And I started realising that actually there's people there that were similar to me, and they had the same fears, the same worries and all that. So the whole weekend I was absolutely buzzing. I remember having a notebook and I just wrote pages and pages. It was all just mind-blowing, but it meant I was going to have to start to rethink about the structure of the business. Came back home really, and we implemented a few things, but unfortunately busy times came again when I got sucked back into the business. And I think it was only when Agent Rainmaker Live was being advertised that husband and I again said, right, you've got to get there, you've got to get that feeling again, that buzz that you had last time. So that's why I signed up and went along. I got that feeling back again, and I knew that we had to make the changes. But when I saw Matilda stand up on stage, and I was thinking, why a year on is she up there and I'm sat here in the audience? Why is it so different? I think the realisation that she had accountability, and that's what I didn't have. I then signed up to ARX Accelerator programme. I've never looked back since, really. Even in the last 12 months, we have cleared the tenant fee ban. You just don't know your worth, really, and the next minute you're accepting lower fees because that's what they're doing down the road. You're afraid, I suppose, to lose it. We certainly don't do any of that anymore. We stand our ground. You know, we sell our knowledge. You know, we've actually had clients. There was one that said that they could do it probably 8% down the road, and we said we were going to stick at 11, I think it was. We didn't hear from them for a few days, and we sat it out, and they came back to us because you know, I think they truly believed that we had the experience and the knowledge, and that's what you need to be selling. It's also, you know, not to be afraid. You know, if they're going to go down the road, let them. There will be another landlord around the corner. Even the staff have changed. I remember a staff that went up on one of the listers courses. He's come back every property he's been on evaluation on, physical valuation, he's turned into fully managed, and he's bringing us in an extra £38,000 just in the next year alone. That's just on management fees, let alone all the add-ons. That's just one member of staff. We're running landlord seminars. I've never thought to do anything like that before. One landlord seminar. I've got one landlord, he was a tenant fine landlord, he wanted to sell up. We had opened up an estate agency as well, and we've sold his properties, and we've made just from him a commission of £20,000. And the properties we've sold onto, we are now fully managing them as well. So that's just one client at one of our landlord seminars. I mean, for me, it's never been about the money. Obviously, we've got the tenant fee ban. You know, the tenant fee ban was coming in, but so obviously I had to think about that, but it's never really been about the money. When I joined ARX, for me, it was more about accountability and getting my life back. That's really what it's all about. It's really not been about the money for me. I've actually been on 3 holidays this year, which has been brilliant. One of the holidays with the family, and I can remember they gave us the Wi-Fi code, so we're all getting to the hotel room. There's only 4 allowed per room, so we're a family of 5, so I'm the last one in, aren't I? Don't even get to go on there. They've all managed to get onto their phones and tablets, and I'm left with that one, and I'm thinking, actually, this isn't a bad thing. So I actually went the whole week without Wi-Fi. We were out of Europe, so I had no social media, no emails. It was fine. It really wasn't that bad at all. My kids have got me back now. I work normal hours. I don't have to get up at 5 in the morning. I get up as they do in the morning and actually spend time with them. It's mostly got to the point now where the kids actually, Mum, leave me alone, stop nagging me. So, whether they actually are happier now, I don't know. But I've actually now managing to get my my work-life balance